Your cat feels everything you do around them. Every mood, every tone of voice, every time you walk past without noticing them, they pick up on it more than you'd ever guess. But here's what most people don't realize. Cats don't understand affection the way we do. They don't read love in words or in the things we buy them. They read it in a completely different language, one most owners never actually learn. If you're not speaking that language, your cat might genuinely think you don't love them at all, even while you're sitting right there thinking about how much you adore them. And honestly, that thought made me tear up the first time I really understood it, because I see it happen every single day. Owners who care so deeply and still end up with a cat that keeps its distance, simply because nobody ever showed them how to say it in a way their cat could actually understand. Let me tell you a story that genuinely touched my heart the first time I heard it. There was a woman named Carla, and she had a cat named Biscuit, and for the longest time she was convinced he didn't like her. He never sat on her lap, never followed her around the house the way cats do in videos online. He'd just walk past her and go sit by the window like she wasn't even there. She figured maybe some cats just don't bond the way others do. Maybe she got unlucky. Then one night, she got really sick, stuck in bed with a fever, and Biscuit did something he had never done before. He walked in, sat on the floor a few feet away facing the door, and stayed there for hours, not asking for anything, just watching the room like he was standing guard. Weeks later, a vet tech friend saw the two of them together and said one sentence that changed everything for Carla. "He's not distant. He's been protecting you this whole time. You just didn't know his language." Carla actually teared up right there, because she'd spent a whole year believing her cat didn't care when he'd been showing her love the entire time, just not in a language she knew how to read. That one sentence sent Carla down a research hole, and today I'm giving you everything she found. 6 things your cat does, specifically for the people they love, backed by real animal behavior, not the stuff you've already seen 100 times before. By the end of this video, you're going to know with complete certainty exactly how your cat feels about you. No more guessing, no more wondering. But you need all 6, because the last one is the one almost every single owner gets wrong, and once I explain it, you'll probably realize you've been misreading it your whole life. Let's get into it. 1. The silent meow. This is when your cat opens its mouth wide at you like it's about to meow, and nothing comes out. Behaviorists who study cat vocalization have noted that this open-mouthed silent call is something cats rarely, if ever, direct at other cats. It appears to be a signal built specifically for humans. Most owners misread this as their cat being weird, tired, or losing their voice, and just move on without a second thought. But some researchers believe the sound may actually sit at a frequency too high for human ears to catch, meaning your cat could be talking and you're simply not built to hear it. The mistake most people make is ignoring it entirely. Instead, when your cat does this, respond the way you would to an actual meow. Say something back, make eye contact, acknowledge it happened. Owners who start responding to this signal often find their cat repeats it more and more, almost like the cat has learned this specific channel actually gets through to you. That's the payoff. You're not just noticing a strange habit anymore. You're opening a line of communication your cat built exclusively for you. 2. The exposed belly. This one trips people up because it looks like an invitation and isn't. Your cat rolls completely onto its back in front of you, belly exposed, totally relaxed, and the moment you reach out to touch it, they grab your hand or bolt. Owners take this personally, like the cat is teasing them. Here's the mechanism. The belly is the most vulnerable, least protected part of a cat's body, and in the wild, no animal exposes it unless there is zero perceived threat nearby. The mistake is treating the exposed belly as permission. It isn't. It's a separate signal from the touch reflex, which is about protecting a sensitive area. nothing more. The move here is to simply acknowledge it without touching, sit near it, speak softly, let your cat hold that position as long as they want. Cats that are given this respect tend to hold the position longer and do it more often, because they've learned you won't punish the vulnerability by pushing past it. That's the real payoff, not a belly rub, but a cat willing to stay defenseless in front of you for longer and longer stretches. 3. The hunting gift. This is when your cat brings you something they've caught or something they treat like prey, a toy dropped on your pillow, a bug carried to your feet. Most owners call it a gift and stop there. But this exact behavior mirrors what mother cats do for kittens, bringing back prey specifically to teach them how to survive. When your adult cat does this to you, they're not gifting, they're teaching. They've placed you in the role of something under their care that still needs to learn. The mistake most owners make is reacting with disgust or immediately throwing it away in front of the cat. That reads to your cat as their teaching effort being rejected. Instead, acknowledge it calmly first, even fake a little interest, before cleaning it up out of sight. Cats who get this acknowledgement tend to keep bringing things consistently instead of losing interest, because in their mind, the lesson is landing. The payoff isn't the gift itself, it's confirmation that your cat has assigned you a place inside their family structure as someone worth raising. 4. The bathroom follow. You already know this one if you have a cat, the way they show up outside the door or force their way in every single time you're in the bathroom. People joke about it constantly online, but rarely explain it. In multi-cat households, cats track where their group members are, especially in moments that feel enclosed or exposed, the same way they'd check on another cat that wandered off alone. To your cat, you disappearing behind a closed door registers exactly like that. The mistake is shutting them out every time, which can actually increase anxious behavior around doors over time. Letting them in, or at least not blocking them, reinforces that you're still part of the group even behind a closed door, and cats that get this consistently tend to relax faster the moment you reappear, rather than pacing or scratching at the door. 5. The self-started blink. Most people already know the basic slow blink by now, where you blink slowly at your cat and they blink back, but the real signal isn't you blinking first. It's your cat looking at you from across the room, completely unprompted, and closing its eyes at you before you've done anything at all. The mistake almost everyone makes is only ever initiating it themselves, performing it toward their cat over and over, and never actually paying attention to when their cat starts it on their own. A return blink is nice, sure, but it's still a reaction to something you did first. A cat-initiated blink is different. It's your cat actively choosing, in a random quiet moment when they could be doing literally anything else. Sleeping, watching a bird outside, ignoring you completely, to instead look directly at you and lower their guard first. That's not a reflex. That's a decision. Start paying attention to these moments, instead of only performing the blink yourself. And you'll notice something interesting. Your cat does it more often in direct proportion to how safe and settled they feel around you in that specific moment. A stressed or unsure cat almost never initiates it. A cat that feels completely at home with you does it more and more over time. It becomes a small, quiet, incredibly readable barometer of exactly where your relationship stands, if you just know to watch for it. 6. The need and drool. And here's the one almost every owner gets completely wrong. Needing is well known, the little paws pressing in and out on a blanket or your lap. But when it comes with actual drooling, most people react with disgust and pull away or wipe it off immediately, treating it like a gross accident. That reaction is the mistake, and it's a bigger one than people realize. Needing traces back to kittenhood. when a kitten presses on its mother to stimulate milk, and when an adult cat drools while doing it, they're regressing completely into that kitten's state in your presence. The drool tied to that same relaxed nursing era part of the brain, pulling away or reacting negatively in that exact moment, can actually interrupt one of the most vulnerable states your cat ever enters around you. Instead, let it happen. Keep a towel nearby if you need to, but don't flinch away mid-moment. Cats that aren't interrupted during this tend to do it more often and for longer, because nothing broke the trust that let them regress that far in the first place. Here's a pro tip that ties all 6 of these together, and it's built entirely around scent, something almost nobody thinks about when it comes to bonding with a cat. Cats build their entire sense of identity and belonging through scent marking, rubbing their cheeks, their chin, and their body against the people and things they consider part of their world. Every time your cat brushes against your leg or headbutts your hand, they're not just being affectionate in a vague way, they're actively depositing their scent on you, claiming you as theirs, folding you into their world the same way they would another cat they trust. Most owners just accept this passively, letting it happen without doing anything back, and that's a missed opportunity. The next time your cat rubs against your hand or your leg, instead of just enjoying it and moving on, gently rub that same hand back along their cheek and the side of their head, right where their scent glands are concentrated. What you're doing is returning the gesture in the exact language they used to give it to you, mixing your scent back into theirs in the very spot they use to mark their people. Cats that experience this consistently, day after day, often start initiating cheek rubs far more frequently than before, because it confirms something important to them, that the marking goes both ways, that you're not just someone they claim, but someone who claims them back just as intentionally. So that's all 6: the silent meow, the exposed belly, the hunting gift, the bathroom follow, the self-started blink, and the need with the drool. None of them look like the love we were taught to expect growing up around dogs, and that's exactly why so many cat owners miss them for years. The same way Carla did with Biscuit before one sentence from a friend changed how she saw her cat completely. If you've caught your cat doing even 2 or 3 of these, you're not imagining it, and you're not just the person who fills the food bowl. You're their person. If this helped you see your cat differently, let me know in the comments which one surprised you most, and stick around, because there's a lot more of this language still to learn,